If you're thinking of signing up for Gemini, you need to watch this review first. On the surface, it looks like the most regulated crypto platform that you can find out there, but after thoroughly testing it for weeks, I found some powerful safety measures that can give you real peace of mind, and a few potential downsides that you need to be aware of before you actually trust them with your money. So just listen up. Before anything else, I have one thing I have to talk about right now, and that's who is the Gemini platform actually for, right? Well, the truth is, Gemini isn't for the degen trader chasing 100 times leverage on meme coins, right? This exchange has one target user in mind, the security conscious investor who actually plans and has a strategy. It's for the person who lies awake at night worrying about exchange hacks. Think about the long term Bitcoin holder, the sometimes beginner making their first crypto purchase who wants some extra tools, or, maybe the institution that needs full regulatory compliance. So they've built their entire service around being the safe gateway into crypto. So that means deep regulatory compliance, insured custodial services for digital assets, and a clean, professional interface with all the tools that you'll ever need if you don't want to jump into the more complex stuff. But don't just take my word for it. When you look at Gemini cryptocurrency exchange reviews, the story becomes even clearer. Take this one user, for example. He said that Gemini is a fantastic exchange that offers everything a centralized exchange should have. He called their customer service great and highlighted their increased security and strong adherence to laws and regulations. He also praised their founders for having the right vision for the future of finance. I also came across this Gemini exchange review from a trader who said that if you want to feel that your money is safe, that your investments are on the right side of the law, and that you're valued as a customer, then Gemini is the exchange for you. Alright, so now that you know who the Gemini app is for, let's get into the specific features that make it so powerful. And the first thing that stood out to me was their obsessive focus on security. Gemini forces you to use something called two-factor authentication, or 2FA, on all your accounts. So this isn't an option, it's mandatory. You need your password and a code from your phone just to get in. It adds one extra step at login, but is a massive barrier for anyone trying to break into your account, and is a huge boost for security. In my experience, this is one of the most effective ways to protect your funds at a very simple level, but they also have everything under the surface as well in the software and additional features. And this security-first mindset is something that users really appreciate. One reviewer specifically highlighted this, stating that you can tell they take crypto security super seriously. He said that this is great in a time when crypto adoption is becoming more common. But a security vault is useless if you can't trade properly inside it, right? And that's where Gemini ActiveTrader comes in. This is a professional-grade trading interface hidden within the platform. You get advanced charting tools, more trading pairs, and complex order types like limit and stop-loss orders. I used it to place several limit and stop orders, and the execution was really fast and reliable. The interface is clean, and after a short learning period, very logical. It gives you the control that active traders need without sacrificing the platform's core, secure, and simpler feeling for more beginner types to intermediate. It's a completely different experience from the basic buy and sell screen, and it rivals what you'd find on most dedicated trading platforms. Unlike some competitors that have one mode for everyone, though, Gemini really separates the beginners from the pros, and you can dive into that. And if you're someone who enjoys diving deep into US stocks, Gemini recently partnered with Dinari to offer tokenized stocks. These are backed one-to-one by the real securities, and you get the same economic rights when permitted as the underlying asset. It felt weird at first to buy a token of a stock, but it worked, and the backing gave me peace of mind. But also definitely do your research into different types of securities. This type of thing, though, is a game changer for anyone looking to bridge traditional finance and crypto seamlessly, all within a regulated environment, and to make sure all of their finances work together. For earning passive income, there's Gemini staking. So this allows you to earn rewards on proof-of-stake assets without having to deal with the technical complexities of running a validator node. They handle the back-end risks, making it a very set-and-forget feature, but it is there. One satisfied user mentioned in his review that he found the platform to be excellent. He stated that everything, including the app, the website, and the treatment that you get from customer service, makes up a platform that you can trust. And yeah, that's the feeling that you can get after spending some time with and running into a couple issues and talking to customer service and, just going through the tools in the app. It feels reliable and, trustworthy. And for spending your crypto as well, you can use the Gemini credit card. It's all backed institutionally. It's all there. So the credit card is a collaboration between MasterCard and WebBank for Gemini, so it lets you earn crypto back on everyday purchases, kind of like cash back. So it's integrating crypto into your daily life in a practical way. It's a solid product, especially for someone who wants to ease into using crypto without moving away from the trusted Gemini ecosystem. In my deep dive into the value and safety of Gemini cards, I came across the review of this satisfied user who found the platform safe and reliable. He expressed his wish for their XRP cashback card to be available in the UK. Now, when you compare Gemini with a competitor like Coinbase, the difference in their core focus, I think, becomes more obvious. Coinbase is fantastic for beginners because of its incredibly simple process for onboarding and the wider selection of altcoins. But if you value a platform built from the ground up with more regulatory rigor and the peace of mind that comes with it, and that fits into the beginner to intermediate space that has the extra tools but still organizes things in a well enough organized interface that kind of walks with you partially but also lets you dive more deeply into the tools, then I think Gemini gives you a distinct edge in that case. And while thoroughly testing and researching this financial powerhouse here, I saw a review that perfectly highlights how these features come together to create a reliable experience. So one user reported that he found Gemini to be really professional in his Bitcoin transactions. It all went simply and smoothly. He said he also tried Coinbase, but he found them terrible in terms of response and transactions. He explained that with Gemini, he transferred money in and out without any issues, and he even offered a solution for some others, is that if you have problems cashing out on another platform, transfer your coins to Gemini first. So that practical advantage would be huge, and yeah, that's what he said. So even the team at Finder.com as well, in their own analysis, here concluded that strong regulatory practices make this exchange great for security-conscious traders. So yeah, the security-first mindset is what I think truly sets Gemini apart. So it's not just a single feature, it is built in, and it's the core feature, a core principle that every Gemini crypto tool and function is really built on and based on. But of course, no platform is perfect, right? And Gemini Crypto is not going to be an exception to that. There are a few things that you should be aware of. In my research, I came across a Gemini Crypto review from a user who called the platform awesome. His only complaint was that he found it a bit complicated. So yeah, I think I understand this perspective. The initial setup with its rigorous security checks and going through the interface and really getting an idea for it is more involved than on some competitor platforms. Navigating between all the relatively simple main interface parts and the more advanced ActiveTrader can also have a slight learning curve. But is this like a deal breaker? For me, no. I mean, depending on how complex you want to get, I think this lands in a good space. There is a bit more initial complexity, but I see it as the direct result of the robust security measures and more advanced features that make Gemini really great to begin with. For the investor who is serious about safety, this is a minor trade-off, not a recurring problem, and it can be the price of admission for a more secure vault. When it comes to pricing, Gemini's pricing is structured to be really competitive, especially for the value of security and features you receive. They offer a transparent fee schedule. For active traders using the ActiveTrader interface, the commission rates are also pretty competitive, even lower than the standard fees pretty often on more beginner-focused platforms. But for the more specific current Gemini pricing, make sure to check using the link in the description of this video. Also, you can find any active promotion deal they might have going on, latest commission rates, all that. We try to keep that link updated so you can get the best possible deal, so make sure to check that out. All right, so what is my final verdict in this Gemini exchange review? Is your crypto really safe here? Does it do its job? Are you able to use this tool and kind of expand your financial and finance world? Well, if you're a security-focused investor and you're looking to find an institutional level app and website that can securely hold your crypto and you can invest and you can trade, then especially if you're moving larger amounts at once and you're also frustrated with the perceived lack security on other exchanges, then Gemini is absolutely worth your serious consideration. Make sure to check that link in the description of this video to get started and check it out for yourself.